this very beautifully how Baba describes the Mahabharata as something internal and external. When we think of the Mahabharata, we think mostly of the fight between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, the good and the evil forces. But then, Krishna and also Baba took almost 2/3 of their lives. They devoted to the spiritual development of the people around them. So, Baba made those beautiful figurines of Krishna's life. You can see it in the museum in Lake Gardens. There are 24 boxes with the life of Krishna. And Baba got one artist to make those figures. So 15 boxes are devoted to the very beginning of Krishna's life, when he's the Raja Krishna, when he's teaching the devotion, the Mohan Vijnana, the attraction, the devotional practices with the people around him. So there's this beautiful, the number 15 is like the peak of when Krishna was in Vrindavan with the gopis, with the devotees. It is very, everything is symbolic in Krishna's life and also in Baba's life. So this number 15 is when the gopis are taking bath in the water, in the lake or the river, and Krishna is stealing their clothes. And it's like everybody, when they see this, they kind of laugh a little bit, because they don't, it's very hard to understand symbolically what it is, but it is this beautiful, when you are not afraid, not even ashamed in front of the Lord. It's like this incredible relationship between the gopis and Krishna, like the supreme attraction, the supreme love affair. And then the next picture is when Krishna is going to the battle. Then he's going to wage the war. So now in this discourse from the Gita, it's like, this eternal battle is inside the individual, between the forces, the vrittis that bring us always down to the matter, and our longing for the consciousness. And it's like Baba says, it's an eternal battle that has been going on forever. But he also said that the Mahabharata, the war itself in the society, it was started during Krishna and is going to be finished now, Baba said. So in this, Baba is calling it the Mahavishwa, the great universe. Because Mahabharata means like the bigger kingdoms, that era, 3,500 years ago. The people were concentrated in that part of the world, you can say. There were only 40 million people that time, 3,500 years ago. And I have been always asking why always the Taraka Brahmas come in India. Yeah, well, my question is that, and I got the answer. The answer is that the population density has been and is until now in the foothills of the Himalayas. That's why we can say Baba didn't come in South India, because he comes in the middle of the most of the people. And Shiva was in the mountains and Krishna more in the plains, Jamuna and there. In India, in Egypt, he was known as the king of the Jamuna, and he became Amun in Egypt. And then Baba came more a little bit towards the delta. He spent a lot of time in Calcutta. The inner development, 2/3 of Baba's life was also spent in Jamalpur. And then he started his you can say, establishing the mission. The last part he gave so much and so much. Actually, he gave everything. He said, I will not stay here more than a minute after, my work is done. There are some cycles, we can say that just recently we figured out that Baba was around 70 years on this planet, and 35 years were, in the spiritual development and spiritual flow, all the devotion, not formal, and then 35 years from 1955 to 1990, 35 years where Baba started the Vanis. That's how we figured out. It's 35-year cycle of the Ananda Vanis. It is just finishing now, in this year. So it is an incredible cycle that Baba gave. Actually, it is the third cycle. It finished in 1990, and now 2025. So it's the third cycle of 35 years, and we are seeing many. The Ananda Gita gave some predictions that she heard from Baba, I think, that 2026 will be able, Ananda Marga will be united, and so this cycle of 35 years after Baba leaving, we can say it was a turmoil. It's also in the cosmic plan, just like Dada was reading everything, the entire Mahabharata, all the figures, all the characters, everything symbolic. Ananda Marga is also very symbolic. 35 years of confusion and struggle and grief that Baba left, and we are trying to, everybody's trying their best. But what is really coming now to the conclusion, and you can see it in this retreat. If you observe what happened here, all the presentations, it's like the cosmic mind, the collective mind, even of the whole America is here. You are the peak of people, you are really the creme de la creme here. And it's amazing to see you. So here we have, clash and cohesion, talk about how development happens. And we had 35 years of clash and cohesion. And we have coming to the end also, Sadvipra Sadvipra class, that we are coming to the stage when we can even say the word Sadvipra, talking about us, about you, about us together. And also coming to the concept of, one person leadership. Baba wanted collective leadership. Because if we take the good of everybody, then we get something really nice. Because if we have one person up, like a dictator, like authority, then all the samskaras of that person also come across. Maybe the person may be 60 or 70% good, but then the other percentage, maybe some samskaras are coming. So in a collective body, the samskaric, things, people say, oh no, we don't want that. No. Let's, collectively people can agree on all the good things, that people have a sense for it, a higher sense. So that is the collective leadership that I think we are coming towards it. And one sister was telling, she was telling it would be so nice to sit at the table and work together. And I think we have so brilliant brains here. And if we could just sit together and do actually work on something, work on planning and designing and, whatever it is. And now I'm going to tell one story. When Baba came to Jamaica, that time, Baba asked, two things. When you come to see him personally, he asked, what is your name and what is your trade? And all the sisters, that time, they were, I was with the sisters. They said, what is trade, what that is? So I had to tell PWSA, Amotel, GV, this kind of medical education. You have to choose something that you're gonna devote all your life career into that thing, and you're gonna develop it. And there we have Devanishta. She's a GP from from early days. Smita is Amurtel. She has established Amurtel on the world map. So everyone has to have a duty. And then when we come to a retreat, I like to meet my PWSA sisters. Where are they? Anybody? You ever heard about what that is, PWSA? Yeah. So we are, we really want to work. We want to work and in a small group here, small group there, and develop something. That's how, creatively we can reach the world. And, see here, we're getting just ready. By the time this building will be finished, there will be hundreds of people coming. And we will be also, we are ready, more than ready. So it's this is a Sadvipra board. And I think we should think like that. And the new year, and by the end of the year, we will be ready to start the new cycle, 2026, and I think it will be the cycle of building Sadvipra Samaj. Because Baba has given everything during his time, except Sadvipra Samaj. Baba left and he gave it theoretically, we have it. And we're thinking, how to do? And so here we are, we must do that, and we are, before all the great people become invisible, they are going to put the blueprint of the Sadvipra Samaj. And so wonderful to hear all this. America is like, amazing place, because it has all these incredible people. My biggest heroes I can see on YouTube. They're not Margis, I love them. They just, they speak truth and they speak so many wonderful things. Here you can, if you take one person from here and send somewhere in the outside world, they can do so much because they have a lot of, experience from their upbringing, from the environment. So here we are at this stage. I'm very happy to summarize the entire retreat because I really can see the vision of the future, of our future. By end of this year, we will really come together much more as an organization, as an administration, and the next year we will really start building and building more and more. Parampita Baba.